Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in for another episode of the outdoor enclosure build. I have revamped the outdoor enclosure in hopes to gain more sunlight, have a better feng shui in the yard, have a better, easier mowing time, as well as get those tortoises outside. So here is my 6x10 construction panel topper with our friend Sway there and our little gnome. Gotta have a gnome, but Tort's gotta have a gnome. But here we are. And I've dug out all the sod, which on episode 1 I show a little bit easier way to shovel, as I am a professional shoveler for a living some days. These cinder blocks I got all off of Marketplace or from Home Depot for under $10 a piece. They were great, as it's very hard for a tourist to either push them over, dig underneath, or scoot in between. They're great height, so it makes them pretty tough to even climb over top. I'm pretty happy. I got this construction panel from work. I borrowed it for the long term, I think. They're pretty good about things like that. I had borrowed a couple for when I was training my dog to stay to one section of the yard for a while, as I was in changes of life circumstances. Sway has, my pal Sway here, she has well adjusted to yard living for while I'm away at work, but that means she's gonna have to share the space with the tortoises. She's never dug in her life, so I'm pretty confident in risking the idea that she won't dig into these. I had her in the yard last summer with the tortoise in the same setup, and we had 0 incidences, but of course safety is always a concern. I hope you all take the time to practice safety with your tortoises and keeping them away from dogs in a secure manner. You see so many dog attack videos and of a dog biting on a tortoise, or you see so many 3-legged tortoises on the Book of Faces with 3 legs, and it's due to either a rat, a cat, or a dog. I'd like you to avoid all those things. So as always, security. If you have a digging tortoise, such as a horsefield, or a stronger tortoise than a Hermann's, I highly recommend you burying some finch wire. You can get finch wire at like PV Mart for cheap. It's an aviary wire. It allows, it's like a chicken wire but smaller. So finch wire would keep out rats. If you're in a rat dwelling province, in Alberta here, we have no rats. At least we like to say we don't. But if you're in a rat dwelling province, I highly recommend you burying some finch wire and making it dig in proof. Rats don't necessarily really like tortoise foods, such as like the plantains and the weeds and the dandelions. They're driven towards sources of nuts, fruits. So if you have a redfoot, be very cautious of having a rat-proof enclosure, as well as predators. Here in Massachusetts, we have bald eagles, we have eagles, falcons, hawks, ravens, crows, all those sorts of things. So having a bird-proof enclosure that something doesn't come in there and peck their head off is a beneficial thing to your tortoise, to having something that that a predator can't enter into. So this construction panel I deem to be a really good thing. Any bird that can fit in that, or mouse that can fit in that, I think the tortoise is going to be able to take them. I truly believe that. My voice has given me some grief here this weekend. I couldn't tell you why, but thanks for listening to my hoarseness. But so after removing all that sod, I have a little bit of an excess of soil. You'll see like there's only like 4 inches or so of the border showing behind me there. So I'll be able to either remove some more soil here or build some wild humps and mounds. I look really forward to building more into this and adding power and just all the fun that's going to come with building this. I'm going to be building a tortoise hutch, a tortoise dog house. It'll be like a 4x4, maybe a 4x3, or somewhere in their range. It's going to be insulated. It's going to be heated. It's going to be waterproof. It's going to be weatherproof. I hope you all take the time to keep staying tuned with all these videos. Thanks so much for tuning in. Your pal Hobson Scotch, over and out. Don't forget to hit that link, subscribe.